The title of my presentation is the final professional exam a fair test of competencies? Examinations are a necessary evil and a stressful process for both student and examiner. In the healthcare professions, exam determines if a student has the necessary competencies to progress across the course of study and finally graduate. The final professional exams in the MBBS program will determine if the student has the basic competencies necessary to begin housemanship. It is actually not the end of the process but the beginning of a new one. Our study wanted to look at if the students felt that the teaching and learning program in our university prepared them adequately for housemanship. We also wanted to find out if the students felt that the examination was a fair test of competency. And finally, we wanted to look at housemanship completion rates among these students. This study involved the first two cohort of medical students in the MBBS program at Mahsa University. 180 students took part in this study, which was administered via a questionnaire that was given to them at the end of the final professional exam. These students were also monitored throughout their housemanship to look at how they coped and their completion rates in housemanship. We finally looked at the registration rolls of fully registered medical practitioners that is available on the Malaysian Medical Council website. We also wrote to the Ministry of Health in Malaysia to look at or to find out if any of our students required retraining in a third hospital to complete housemanship. 180 students took part in this survey, and of this 180, 70% felt that the teaching learning program and the instructor quality in the MBBS program was good. Students felt that the theory portion of the exam was a good test of cognitive acquisition. 60% of them felt that the OSCE was a good test of competency and ability to carry out basic procedures required of a houseman. 2/3 of them also felt that the OSCE could replace the long case in terms of testing competencies. Students thought that the long case was a good test of communication skills, history taking and examination, but they felt that it was the most stressful part of the program. Of these students, 81% completed their housemanship without any requirement for extension. One student required retraining in a third hospital before he completed housemanship. This compares favorably with the national average completion of about 70% in the housemanship program announced by the Ministry of Health in Malaysia in 2015. The students also felt that a national exit examination to test competencies was the right way to go. We were happy to note that most of our housemen had the necessary competencies at exit to complete their housemanship program. We were happy to note that many of them realized that passing the exam did not mean that they had acquired all the competencies necessary, and it was gratifying to note that there was good support for the introduction of a common exit examination in Malaysia. Thank you.